You know what the fuck I'm saying? Episode 15, role models. It's your boy Big Toe, and I'm back in the building. And don't think I fucked up the intro, because I know y'all been waiting on episode 15. That's 15 shakes for 15 episodes. But guess what? Episode 15 here, you know what I'm saying? Episode 15, role models. We gonna get into some real nigga shit today. You know, cut up, get into the podcast. You already know what it is. Show some love, repost, all of that. But let's get straight off into it. So first, I want to revisit what the purpose is, because this is a milestone episode. Your boy been working hard to come out with 15 straight episodes of dope content. Has been a journey for me. But I want to let y'all know what the purpose of this podcast was for. This podcast, I started it to bring positivity and light to real life topics. To not just sit here and talk about celebrities all day, not clout chase, not feed into none of the bullshit that's on social media. I started this podcast to uplift people, to make people feel better about themselves. Because for a long time, I didn't feel good about being the best version of myself. I spent time comparing myself to other people, spent time talking about just all types of bullshit growing up. After I reached high school, it's like this pop culture shit and all of this hip hop shit and all of this, all of it just took over my mind. And I'm like, man, you need some platform you could go to that you just know it's gonna be positive. You know it's gonna talk about some real shit. And at the end of the day, even if you don't learn nothing, you can walk away feeling better about yourself. I couldn't look at any platform I watched that brought that type of positivity to me. So the point of my podcast is to bring positivity to other people. Living, not existing. That's what I'm embodying. I'm trying to show people to live life for themselves, to be the best version of themselves, and not just exist in the world of other people and allow their perceptions to define who you are as a person. And that's the real reason I started the Laboratory Podcast. It wasn't for because of no greed. It's not for no views. It's not for no likes. It's not for now. If that comes with it, that's cool. But I really started this, and that's why this platform has a lot of integrity, because we not out here clout chasing the bullshit. We not out here talking about shit that everybody else doing. We do our own thing over here. We uplift people. We talk about positive stuff. We talk about the real shit though. We gonna keep it real on here. And at the end of the day, this the most positive platform in the city right now. So if you not respecting what we doing over here, you just not down with the movement. But I come from a city in Detroit where we know in the summer, man, it get crazy, it get hot. It's hot all year round in the city. People dying, things going bad. But we needed something in the city that would uplift people, that speak to the youth, that'll tell them you could be better than what you see on the news. You could be better than what you see in your neighborhood. And that's the real reason the Laboratory Podcast is here. Not because of greed, not because of a want for attention, not because of any of that, but just to show people that you could be better than the circumstances you was put in. And that we don't have to have this groupthink mentality of just because some people have defined these rules for us to try to tell us what was cool and what was not, that we can't be the best versions of ourselves. That's why I started this podcast, and that's why I want you to watch it. That I want you to watch it to be a part of something that's different than everybody else. I want you to embody that and realize that our platform is just different, and that everybody might not get what we do over here, but it's okay because we're being ourselves. You feel me? So when you watch this podcast, I don't want you to just think, damn, I'm just watching toy stuff. You just as much a part of this experience as I am. And I'm so happy to say we've been here for 15 episodes, putting in work, never clout chase for content, never did any weird shit. Nothing weird on the podcast. All positive shit, all real shit. And it's uplifting people. And I'm just happy that y'all are here with me. So I wanted to uplift that point before I even go into the other topics, because I feel like not, and we talked about this last episode, not realizing the progression you have and not celebrating yourself is a problem. And I used to do that, but bro, 15 episodes of hard work, your boy got to tee up, because you know, man, it's hard to do something over and over again. I think I've been working on this podcast for like 17 straight weeks. Even the week that I took off, I was still thinking of content for the next week. You know what I'm saying? So think about, out of 17 weeks, I've been doing this probably 16 of them. That's a lot of hard work. And you can bring that to your life as well. But we gonna get into the real topics. The first thing I want to talk about is pocket watching. It's a whole bunch of pocket watching that be going on the internet and just in life. And it really shows that when people are so worried about somebody else's journey, they can't succeed on theirs. You see people on social media all day, they debate about what type of money other people, man, what type of money do you got? Like, counting people pockets, counting their likes, counting their attention. All of this telling people, everybody's a financial advisor on social media. And that's a fact. Everybody knows what to do with money. Everybody that had 100,000, everybody that had a million, but they haven't. but they haven't. And it's not just so much about pocket watching, it's just watching what somebody else got. You got your eyes on what everybody else got. And instead of using it for motivation, some people use it to tear down other people. Oh, you got a car, you got this, you got that, but you ain't buzzing like that, but your music ain't popping. But instead of people looking at other people and utilizing their success for motivation, they use it to try to tear down other people. And that's the thing that's destructive about the community. I just watched the podcast. I ain't gonna speak, but this one podcaster was talking about how a rapper was he just got a cow, and it's like he didn't understand that's a certain level of wealth and financial knowledge to know the tax breaks you get for getting farm animals on a at a place where you got a big ass crib, man. You know what the property taxes on a $10 million house. But instead of uplifting each other, we rather crack jokes. I remember I was watching battle rap this past week, and one battle rapper said something real. He said battle rap or just the black community is the only place where you take somebody's success and make it a punchline. And that's a fact. I feel like that's what people do with pocket watching on social media. They take your success and they turn it into something negative that it's not supposed to be. Your success, my success, I want it to be something that shines a light and makes other people want to be successful, not something that demeans other people. And I feel like we have this culture of taking what somebody have and making it a destructive thing. You got money, so you don't know what it's like to not have money. You an asshole because you some like we assign character traits when we see materialistic things. We think somebody has a lot, so they don't understand the struggle. Somebody don't have too much, so they don't know what it is to have a. Like we're always assigning these character traits to people money, and people treat you different with the amount of money you have, and this is a fact. If somebody, people feel like if you don't show it on social media, you don't have it, and that's two whole different things. If you got 30,000 and you don't show it on social media, you must not have it. Oh man, that nigga broke, man. I just see nigga, bro, he got some fits, bro, but he be wearing the same fits on. But bro, you don't know it. Just because you don't show it don't mean you don't got it. Most of the people who showing it don't got too much, because if they did, they wouldn't be showing it. You feel me? And I'm not here to tell anybody what to do with their money. You get your money, you get your materialistic idol, you get what you got going on, and however you want to display that, that's on you. But just stop over here looking at people on social media and thinking just because they not out here flashing 10,000, they broke, or just because they flashing the money, they ain't never had them. Like, stop assigning character traits to people just because you see their money or you see how the way they moving on social media, and instead you want to call them out and try to speak down on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you don't show it don't mean you don't got it. And I just see people all day. The first thing people say when you get to, man, these people be broke. Man, these girls be broke. Man, these niggas, is that what you define that person's worth by, is how much money they got? Because you want to know something that I've learned in my life? I know that I'm gonna have money. I know that I'm gonna create opportunity for myself. I know that I'm gonna make an avenue for myself, even if it isn't there. I'm a trailblaze to get one, so I don't have to worry about who else got money. I don't have to worry about, oh, this person needs to have money to be around me. This person, no, bro. You wanna know why I don't have to do that? It's because I have confidence in myself. I don't have to speak on what everybody else gonna do in the world, because I know what I'm gonna do. I can't control what everybody gonna do with their money. I can't control the way people move around, what they flash, what they don't flash, what my friends do, but I can control what energy I surround myself with and how I'm gonna move with it. So instead of judging other people, man, evaluate yourself, evaluate your financial situation. Because if you took your mind off of all of these celebrities' money and what they doing and found a way to make money yourself, you would be so much more wealthy. But you spend your time digging into other people's lives, trying to downgrade them because maybe they got something you don't got, or maybe you don't feel like what they have, they're utilizing in the right way. Instead of doing that, man, create, like I said, I didn't see a platform out there, but I created something that could be positive towards other people. When you see a space or you see a lane or you see somebody who has an opportunity to inform and maybe they not because that's not their lane, you take that opportunity to inform. We can't keep looking for other people to solve the problems in the world that we want to solve. Just because somebody famous don't mean they got the same heart as us. And you can't expect them to have the same heart just because they got some fame and some money. You can hold them socially responsible to a couple of things, but that person isn't going to be the person that you would be if you had money. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold them to that. And that's the problem. Everybody in the world wants somebody to be who they are. And that's why all of this pocket watching and asset watching happens, because people like, man, if I had the money, I would move like this. If I had this, I would do. Man, we'll get it, and then you can do what you want to do with it. But all of this pocket watching and hating on people and all of that shit, it's corny, bro. These materialistic items really bring out the worst. Money really brings out the worst in people. You can tell when you have money, man. You just, and people know you have money. They just treat you different. They talk to you different. And you gotta ask yourself, if I'm really sitting here judging somebody else and pocket watching these celebrities, is that really the best use of my time, or could I be figuring out something for myself? So just think that before you pocket watch, or you over here counting up how much this person got or how much that person got, or trying to advise them on social media what they should do with their money. If you truly a financial advisor, man, start something and show people how to utilize assets. Show people how to move this money around, how to make more money, instead of just being a financial advisor, because everybody knows everything else. So everybody's a doctor, a lawyer, everything. But it's like, what are you really? Who are you really? All you can do, it's a whole bunch of, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna move off. It's a whole bunch of motherfuckers on the sideline that's always going to tell you what you should do in your life. You should make your money like this. This how you should handle your relationship. And that's not what I'm here to do on this podcast. But it's a whole bunch of motherfuckers on the sideline who yelling in the game. Oh man, I would have made that shit. I would have made that shot. But they on the sideline for a reason, man. Don't let these people on the sideline distract you from the goal and the task at hand. Because if they wanted to get on the court, they would. If they on the sideline talking about you so much, it's because you something to be talked about. That's what it is. That's what it truly is. Because ain't no way. If you on the sideline talking so much, man, the moment I find myself on the sideline talking to someone, I got in the game. Get in the game if you got so much shit to say. It's easy to comment on everybody else's life and sit back at home and have no profile picture and point out everybody else's problems and they inconsistency. What the fuck are you doing in your life, though? So before you sit there, you want to point out what somebody doing with their money. You want to point out what somebody doing in their life. Man, sit back and reevaluate your fucking self. And that's how you keep it real. But we gonna get to it on this episode. You feel me? Because I'm in a bag today. I'm in a real bag. Another thing I say is, man, find something that makes you money and provides you peace. That's the thing. You need something that makes you money and provides you peace. And I know a lot of us, some of us go to college, some of us take other routes to get money. You feel me? I'm not about to list all the ways you can make money, but you know, everybody got their route and their thing that they do. The thing that I would say is try to find something that you do that you really love that provides you peace and can make you money. That's why I started this podcast. After I started this, it all came from a genuine place and everything, but I always thought this is something I want to do, and if I made $1,000,000, I would still want to do this. Find something that makes you that helps you be peaceful, that brings a little bit of peace in your life. And maybe if it ain't the biggest corporation yet, just start something that makes you a little bit of money. You feel me? I'm not making shit off of this podcast yet, but one day I will. And it's going to be a great asset because it's something that I built up. It's going to be something that I can look back on and say, I remember episode 1. But I feel like when you making money and you find it and you doing something that provides you peace, say you got a corporate job and at home you got your own makeup business, you got your own wig business, or you cut hair on the side. I feel like when you got stuff going on like that, your hustler mentality just kick in. You understand the different avenues, you understand the real how hard it is to make a dollar. And you appreciate stuff different. And that provides you a certain level of peace, because when you busy and you got stuff going on yourself and you going out here and you trying to get it, you're not so worried about what everybody else is doing. See, that's the problem. A lot of our life is spent worried about what everybody else is doing and not worried about what you doing. And I feel like if you can find something that makes you money and provides you a little bit of peace, now nothing is going to be easy all the time. It's not easy to cut on this camera. But if you can find something that provides you peace and makes you some money, that's how you are truly wealthy and happy. When I say wealth, I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about mentally, spiritually. You could be spiritually and mentally rich by finding something that enriches your spirit, instead of sitting here and just calling out everybody else's deficiencies. Find something that make you some cheese. That way you can kick back, you can do something you love. A lot of people in our generation, they had a mentality that they want to be entrepreneurs. Let me take this sip. They want to be entrepreneurs. And whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not, and you just want to find something that defines you and that you feel like will help you become a better person and make some cheese doing that, do it. I'm proud of everybody who would take that step to the next level to go do something that's a step off the ledge. You feel me? Because you gotta jump off that mountain. You get up there and you got to make that decision. Like, man, am I gonna drop this shoe? Man, am I gonna drop these things? Think about all the clothing brands that was going crazy in COVID. You got people spending thousands of dollars on clothes, shoes, because you got that PUA. You had that PUA kicking in. They selling thousands of shirts and everything. And now things have changed because the economy changed again. So now people not buying as much. It take real strength to start something and deal with the downfalls and the times that you up. Deal with the ups and downs of stuff. You gotta really believe in yourself. So if you can find something that makes you money and brings you some peace going through them ups and downs, I feel like that's how you discover the true version of yourself. Because it's easier to point out everything else when you don't have nothing attached to your name. I realized that when I started the Laboratory Podcast. It's easy for me to point to this person and be like, your platform is terrible. Y'all are bad at this. Y'all are bad at that. Pointing the finger. But when I started my own stuff, I realized just how hard it was to be this person. Just how hard it was to get on this camera every day. When you start your own stuff, you find a desire and you realize things differently than you did before. You see it for what it is. You see how hard it is to do these things that we used to sit on social media and comment about every day. But if you can find some money and some peace or something, man, you doing better than most people. Most people can't get either one. Some people can get one without the other, but if you can find a way to make you some money and get you some peace, man, do something though. Do something that fulfills you, because a lot of these dead end jobs, a lot of these corporate positions, as we go to school and we work for them and everything, they don't fulfill you. They don't get that inner spirit that gets you excited to wake up. I get excited to wake up to do this podcast. It's the first thing in my life I ever got excited to wake up to do. So find something that makes you money and provides you peace. And one thing I say, stop having more expectations of others than you have of yourself. I've been seeing this on social media. People are always talking about what somebody else has to have for them to be around them. You gotta have money to be my friend, bro. You gotta have this. You gotta have this to date me. It ain't nothing wrong with having standards. But what I would say is, if you can put all these expectations on other people, make sure you put them same expectations on yourself. You can't expect, this person needs to have $100,000 to be around me. You don't got 100,000. How you got more expectations? Because what happens when you put more expectations on other people than you put on yourself, you're saying that they're more capable than you are. And nobody's more capable than you. That's the fact. Don't put your expectations for other people. Your expectations for yourself should always be higher than it is for other people, or level, because you shouldn't expect nobody to do more than what you're willing to do for yourself. And that's the truth. And that's why I feel like love is so different nowadays. Because I done literally seen posts where it's like, I love my new girlfriend, man. She buy me, she do, she this, she that. I love my new boyfriend. He buy me, he do, he this, he that. Nobody, people, you ask them why they love their significant other, people don't even talk about character traits no more. They talk about what the person does. This person cooks, they buy me shit, they do. They don't even talk about any character traits. They don't say, this person's funny, they make my day. But you don't hear that shit. If you can't do this, if you can't do that, if you can't make this money, that's the first thing people mention when they talk about their significant other. Think about that. People don't even talk about people's character trait. Man, bro, I be hanging out with bro. He got the money. He got the bag, bro. Bro got about 100K. Bro got a Ferrari. Bro be having the weed. Niggas talk about somebody else, they materialistic things. They don't even talk about the person they are. They don't even be like, bro, I'm talking to my nigga, tell me, man, that nigga, he a real nigga, bro. He real motivational. He got a lot of stuff going for him, bro. He gonna be great. People don't even mention that. People are more infatuated with the materialistic things you have. And that's what I'm saying. People have more expectations because a lot of times people are putting themselves around people who, and it's cool to put yourself around people better than you. But you gotta have the expectation that you gonna get there one day. You can't have all this big ass expectation. Oh man, I need somebody. They gotta make 200,000. I need some friends that got big money. They can take off work at any time. And you don't even get PTO. You don't even got that. You don't even got that going on. How you gonna have more expectations out of other people than you have of yourself when you just as great? We all are great. I'm not going to say all of us, because there's some racist motherfuckers. There's a lot of bad people in there. But a good majority of us are great. And we got great hearts and we could go do stuff. So stop selling yourself short. Go get that shit. When you get around people who are doing a little bit better than you, let that motivate you to go get that shit. You raise your expectation to yourself. Like, man, if they can do this, I can. If they can do it, I can. If they can do it, I can. Because there's nothing that somebody else can do that I can't if I really put my heart into it. Now, it's different if they want to do something that I genuinely don't have interest in, but it's nothing that somebody else can do that I can't learn how to do as well. If this person, if you get around people who are doing better than you at life, it should motivate you to want to do better. But it should make you raise your expectations and judge everybody else who not doing with these new friends. Now your new friends got 100,000. You gonna go judge your friends that got $100 because your new friends got 100,000? No, my auntie used to tell me life is like a toolbox. You need all different types of people in your life. You need people who from the streets. You need the people who you know got money. You need your friends that get information. You need your people who are just wise. You need all different types of people that make up this toolbox of life. And if you spend your time judging people about monetary value and materialistic things and socioeconomic status, you never gonna really fill out that toolbox and be able to be well-rounded because you feel like, oh, bro, people gotta be exactly what I'm on. No, you don't. Man, I be around niggas who are way more ignorant than me, but it gives me perspective. People give perspective when they are different than you. You don't have to be around somebody that's exactly like you or has the exact mindset of you to learn something. Stop having more expectations of people than you have of yourself. You are just as great as them. You can do just as much as they can. They are no better than you. You have to have a full village of different people who come from different backgrounds to become this well-rounded. You don't have to judge other people just because you see what they do have or what they don't have. Just because somebody got money don't make them a bad person. Just because they want to go and clock in a 9 to 5 don't make them any worse to you because you got your own business. Everything is different for everybody, bro. That's the thing about the world. We know that we don't understand concepts, but we try to generalize them to make it seem like we smart or something. But everybody is legitimately a different human being. They don't have to be on what you on. But if you genuinely enjoy somebody, appreciate them for the person they are and stop trying to change them to someone that they not. I'm not saying don't elevate them if they want to be elevated. I'm not saying don't secure them with knowledge that you may have. But stop trying to make people who you want them to be and accept them for who they truly are. That means accepting the good and the bad. That means accepting that you can be around this person in this space, but maybe in another space it might not be feasible for you to be around that person. You can't change people. You got to accept them for who they are. And that's how you arm the toolbox without causing judgment, without calling people out, without saying that, oh, you don't got this type of money, you can't be around, without creating all of these dumbass standards that society set. Understand your friends who you are. I got friends that got $10, and I got friends that need $10. I got friends that got 10,000. I got friends that need $5. It don't make them no different as people. Appreciate people for who they are. Stop all this pocket watching shit and stop all of this this judging people off these materialistic things. Stop that shit. Like I said, I got friends that got 10 and I got friends that need 10. It don't make them any different as a person. You would know if you needed 10 because I've been at the place where I didn't needed 10 and I done been at the place where I didn't had 10. That shit don't make no difference. The genuineness of a person, that shit don't change. Like Uncle Shay Sharp say, money only make you more of who you are. So if you had money, if you was an asshole when you ain't had no money, you get some money, you gonna be that. If you was a giving person, when you ain't had no money, when you get some money, you gonna be that. And that's just how we go. You feel me? And I want to revisit this. Comparing yourself to people off social media. We don't know what them people do behind closed doors. Just because you post a rollie or you post 10,000, we don't even know if that's your money. You got to realize the thing about social media, it's about imagery. If I posted right now that I had 10,000 and blase, blind, oh yeah, bro, I could go to any. It's about imagery. It's about the look, the illusion that you have money. If you give off the illusion that you have money or you got some type of expertise, people are going to want to follow you. But that doesn't mean exactly that you have that. It's some people that they got 2 or 3 pictures on their page. And it's just highlights of their actual life. And if you spend your time comparing yourself to these people at their highest point, then of course you always gonna feel bad about yourself. Because you might be somebody who posts more and allow people to see more of you. But understand that this social media shit is an illusion. Everything that you see on social media not real. People post fake facts every day and they do 1,000. People be around... under there tweeting 1,000 comments, 1,000 retweets. You gotta take shit for what it is. I remember growing up in school. You remember they would give us a packet and they would tell us to read it. And at first, you would just read the information. So step one, we learn how to read. Step two, we learn how to read and conceptualize the information. When you got to the higher grades, when you got to college, they asked you to read and to question the source. Do y'all remember that? When they asked you to read and think about the source, think about the perspective this person is writing it from. Nobody is going to show you. I'm not going to say nobody. A lot of people aren't going to show you their darkest moments and their lightest moments of greatness on social media. They not. So you got to look at it more like a highlight reel than look at it like the real journal of somebody's life. Because a lot of people aren't going to show you that. So stop comparing yourself to these people because you don't know their situations behind closed doors. Some people come here for laughter, joy, and just to get out of their bubble. Sometimes we go on social media to escape your reality. And I know you've done it before. You've been having a real fucked up day and you clicked on the social media for a laugh just to escape your reality. And that's totally fine. But we have to realize that social media isn't always reality. Just because somebody appear to have money don't mean that they got it. Just because they don't appear to have money don't mean they don't got it. Just because somebody appear to be one way don't mean that they really that way in real life. I done met some people on social media. I'm like, damn, this person seems dope. They cool as hell. I meet them in real life. They not like that. This social media shit is all an illusion. It's giving the illusion that I'm successful, giving the illusion I have money, giving the illusion I have morals, giving the illusion I have values. But is that really true? You have to question these things. Like I said, when you got to the higher grades of school, you read the stuff and they asked you to question the source. So when you see something on social media, don't just always take stuff for face value, man. Question the source. It's some sources that are better than others. But you got to know what you're dealing with. But you can't look for these people on social media. If you're not using it for motivation, you got to know when you got to turn it off. If that junk is consuming you so much, you just feeling bad. I know at times on social media, it feel like everybody is doing amazing things and you're doing nothing. You like, damn, bro just had this. This person had this going on. This person got that going on. Man, I don't have nothing going on. This shit feel terrible. But you probably do got some stuff going on. You just not posting it. Or they just posted it and this might be the only thing they got going on. But if you ever feel a time where that junk is consuming you, take some time to get off of it. It's cool to take a social media break and just to get off of it for a moment and reevaluate who you are in your life. Because sometimes when you look at stuff, you look at this imagery so much, you change your perception in that split moment about what really matters in life. Man, you like, man, I just want to look cool one day and have a Maybach. I just want to look cool. I want to flex one day. I just want to flex. But it's all right to look at people and say and use it for motivation. But when it becomes a destructive tool, you got to know how to turn it off. Anything is useful if you know how to use it. It's a lot of things that are useful. You got to know how to use it and deploy it. You can't look at it to be your end all be all. You can't look at social media to solve all of your problems. You can't. So at the drop of a dime, bro, sometimes you got to get off of that. But don't be comparing yourself to these people because this shit is all an illusion. It's all about imagery. At this point in life, it's more about looking like you got it than actually having it. Let me say that again. It's more about looking like you got it than actually having it in life right now. And you got to understand that and take things with a grain of salt because everything ain't what it seems. Everything is not what it seems. And then one thing I say is stop looking at the wrong people to be role models. Look, just because somebody can hoop and they became a basketball player or they became a rapper and they can rap or just because they got this new status in life does not mean that they are a social activist. This shit get me so heated. Yes, they have some social responsibility. Maybe they should be promoting this shit they promoting. But don't be looking at these people to be your role models. Do not be looking at Lil Durk to solve all of your social issues. He is not that person. They got famous doing what they do. If a rapper got famous dissing the dead and rapping about death and rapping about his situation, nigga, everybody not Jay-Z, nigga. Everybody not gonna change and be this person that you want them to be. They are who they are. Either accept them for who they are or move on. But stop trying to make these people your idols and your role models and expecting them to be these philosophers and these intellectual beings. If they didn't get famous doing that. Well, these people got famous rapping about money, drugs, and killing niggas. And you expect them to uplift you and motivate. That's not what they do. That's not what they do. This is the content of what they talk about. You can't change people to be who you want them to be. Stop looking at these rappers to raise you or to be like some type of role model towards you, because that's not what the fuck they are. They work in the entertainment business. Their job is to entertain. A lot of them don't have the mental capacity, or a lot of them not thinking on the same frequency that you may be thinking on. Sometimes we look at people for purely entertainment. And it's cool to do that. But stop looking at these rappers to be to be these great social activists, these basketball players. We got some. LeBron. You feel me? Shout out to my nigga Bron. I don't even really fuck with you on the court, but shout out to Bron. We got a couple basketball players, a couple rappers, a couple people. I'm not saying this and I nobody out there preaching positivity, but don't have the expectation that these people are gonna do it, because that's not the people they are. And that's not how they got famous. They didn't get famous being positive. If all you did was get famous uplifting negativity and that's how you make your money, what do you think that people are going to do? And you going to look at them to be a role model and make this extreme makeover or change when they got their whole family's life depending on them pushing this negativity further and making more money off of it. They not going to do a whole switch just because you want them to. Stop looking for these fucking rappers to raise your kids. These rappers are not going to raise your fucking kids. You got to raise your kids. These rappers aren't going to instill morals and values in you. That's not their fucking job. They get on the song and they rap under colorful beats. They rap behind trap beats. They rap behind drill beats. It is not their job to be social activists for you. You looking for the right thing in the wrong place. Let me say that one time. You're looking for the right thing in the wrong place. Go actually find people. Look for content like mine, like other people's, who can motivate you, who can inspire you, and it's going to talk some real shit to you. But you can't be expecting this. If that person wasn't that person already, you can't expect them to change and be that just because they got some money now. Like I said before, money only makes you more of who you are. It doesn't change you and make you someone that you're not. It was always deep rooted in there anyway, but you cannot expect these rappers and these basketball players to raise your fucking kids. You gotta talk to them. You gotta instill them real values in them. You can't expect LeBron. Little LeBron should say stuff to the children to raise these kids. Yes, they got influence, but what did they? How did they gain their influence? That's a lot of times that I look at. How did you get here? And that tells me what you gonna do sometimes. Sometimes people take a 180 and they got here a certain way, but they take another positive, and that's good if they do that. But I look at the way people got here and I don't expect much. If you got here, if you got famous from dissing the dead, why should I look at you and be like, man, you gonna be an activist, man. You gonna help change the community. No, if that's not what you was doing, that's not what, man, stop looking at these entertainers to fucking raise your kids, because guess what? They are exactly what they title said. They're entertainers. They don't do the shit that you want them to do. That's not their purpose. Their purpose is to entertain. That's how they feed their family. Whether it's uplifting negativity, whether negativity is hot right now or positivity is hot right now, they're going to do whatever to make sure their family is fed to make that money. It is not their job to police political acts and do all of that shit. If yo rap, I don't look at no rapper for the D respectfully to speak about my morals and values, man. I created my own platform so that I could do that for the people, so that I could give them my perspective. But I don't look at no rapper as if, man, you should be doing this in your community. It would be nice. But if that's not who they are, how the fuck am I gonna look at them? This nigga who got rich off of dissing people and saying he killing people and he moving on that shit. That's what he gonna change to do. Like y'all be doing too much with that shit, bro. Don't expect that shit out of these entertainers, like for real. And then I said imposter syndrome. I want to talk about that because it's this feeling that you're not good enough. And I've been dealing with this because I'm going to grad school soon. And it's like I be in certain rooms where I realize people may be more. I be feeling like, man, people might be more qualified than me. They are smarter than me. They all of this. But you know what I realize? I'm in this motherfucking room. Which means that I'm surrounded by myself, that even if it is some people smarter than me, I'm putting myself in situations where it's people smarter than me that's going to make me challenge myself even more. But what I realize is that you can't even start a race if you feel like you're not good enough to be in it. Because you're not going to run as confident. You're not going to run as confident if you don't feel like you belong there. And that's what I want to tell the people, man. Feel confident to yourself. You belong in every room. Your parents had you. You might have grew up in a more favorable situation than other people. You might have grew up in a more fucked up situation than other people. But you did what you needed to do to land you in the position you in. You still had to put in work to get to where you have gotten to in life. And if you don't let that fuel you and build confidence to let you know that you are worthy of any great thing that comes to you, then you live in life the wrong way. You have to realize no matter what position, it's people who are famous and have their children, and it's a clear path for them to go do something great, and they still don't do it. It's some people who they have the most hardest road to reach success, and somehow they trailblaze away and get through it. We gotta stop throwing around fake credit to people who don't deserve it. And give the credit to yourself because you the one who got to put in that work every day. If you graduated, congratulate yourself. If you did something and got yourself a new job, congratulate yourself. Because it takes steps. It takes you to take them steps to go get it. So stop feeling this imposter syndrome if you're not good enough when you the one who had to take all of the steps to get here. Yeah, you might have had some help, but you still had to put in the work to do it. And don't let people make you feel bad because you had some help. It's some people that be mad at people because they grew up in a more favorable situation than them. I've never been one of those people because it's motivation either way. If you grow up and you see greatness and you see a house and y'all got some money and y'all got some cheese and you see positivity, that's going to inspire you. And another way, you could grow up in a bad situation and get inspiration. Or it could kill your motivation either way. You could grow up rich and that kills your motivation because you like, oh, I've always had this shit. You could grow up broke and that kills your motivation because all you see is the bullshit in the neighborhood. It's all about perspective. But what I want you to do is, man, feel like you're enough because you are. You can't walk into if you walk into a room with your head down, you already lost. And when I say you lost, I'm not talking about the battle of words, the battle of negotiation. I'm talking about the battle that's within yourself, the internal battle. If you go in there feeling like you're not enough already, you already lost. Pick your head up. Pick your chin up and know that you did enough to be in this room. And it's a reason that God put you here and you're going to do something great with the opportunity. And I've been having to tell myself that lately. I gotta tell myself that because as I walk into grad school, sometimes I'm the only black person in a lot of my grad school classes. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm the only person in here representing. I'm the only person who dressed this way. They in here wearing Wranglers and shit. They in here dressing way different than me. They whole dialect is different. I done went to some mixers last year, and I'm like, damn, they just carry it differently than I do. But that don't mean that I'm not worthy of being there. Cause I worked hard to be there. Just because people different than me, just because they might come from a better background per se, don't mean that I'm not worthy of the opportunity. Man, you worthy of any opportunity. Long as you put your time in and you work hard towards that shit, it ain't luck. I'm gonna tell you that it ain't luck. It ain't luck, bro. When you preparing for something, you work hard for that shit all the time, and you get a break and an opportunity shows up for you. It ain't luck. It's that you was praying for something and you was going after it. Cause that's what you gotta do. You gotta pray for something. You gotta go after it. If you doing that, it ain't luck. That's God. It ain't luck. That's God. He saw that you was working, and he gave you more reason to keep working. He provided you opportunity. Now, what you do with said opportunity is up to you. But feel like you should be in that room because you wouldn't be in any room that isn't meant for you. And it might not be meant for you to shine in that room, but it might be meant for you to learn something. You might not be the loudest person in the room. You might not be the star of this room. And you might think like, why am I even here in this room in the first place? But the purpose might be for you to learn something in that room. So understand what time it is. It might not be your time to shine. It might be your time to learn. Just understand that. You feel me? And the negative self-talk, man, we are like, I talk myself down the most. I used to do that shit all the time. I couldn't even find happiness because I was talking about myself to me. I'm like, man, toe, bro, you not even, you feel me? You done got these 4 O's. You not that smart, bro. Bro, you fat. We all are our worst critic. But what I would say to you is try to switch your self talk, even if it's for a day. It's just like, I don't know, man. People put the positive affirmations on their mirror. I thought that shit cool as hell, but like, just try to uplift yourself every day. It take a lot for me to get in front of this game. It take a lot for me to do a lot of things because of self confidence, and that's why I'm really talking about this to y'all today. Is because I self talked myself negatively so much that it's hard for me to rewire myself to be inspired by positivity. I used to always make it seem like people were slighting me or make it seem like somebody was unfair against me to motivate myself. Like, oh man, they don't want a nigga from Joy Road to succeed, so I gotta succeed. And sometimes that is true. But at the same time, I can't get inspired by positivity. It took some time for me to do that. It took some time for me to be like, damn, bro, that person said you great, man. That should inspire you to go even harder. That's not how I was wired because I negatively self talk to myself so much that positive reinforcements didn't help me get inspired anymore. Don't make yourself dull to positivity because you putting so much negativity into your life. Say something nice about yourself. Matter of fact, under this video, and if you're not watching it on YouTube but you streaming it, DM me right now something positive about yourself. Whether you great, tell me something you did good. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment something great about yourself. Because we all got stuff going on. We all doing some great stuff. So think about that, man. Get rid of the negative self-talk even if it's for one day. But just start writing down every day for the next month. I'm going to do it with y'all. Write down something great about yourself. We going to do this challenge together. We might call it the laboratory challenge or something like that. But every day we going to post a positive affirmation about ourselves. So that way we can try to change and defeat this negative self-talk that plagues our community and makes us feel like we're not enough. Because you are. So, you feel me? Like, we going to do that. We going to do that. Another thing, hey man, inflation going crazy out here, man. Save your money. That's just real. That's real. I don't even got no deep dive on this, but inflation going crazy out here, man. Save your money. If it's gonna break your back to go out this week, man, you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them, my boy. You might not can't be out partying every day right now because you feel me. The economy crazy, inflation at an all time high, man. You need to save your money, man. Save it. Save it. Start cooking. Start cooking. You feel me, man? Inflation got so crazy. A nigga wasn't cooking. A nigga then started cooking. A nigga then started looking at groceries a little different. Hey, bro. Save your money. Save your money. Don't be out here splurging on no dumb shit, man. Save your money. It's some stuff on the horizon, man. It's about to be some financial hardships. It's already been a lot of financial hardships in this country. But I think, sadly, it's worse coming. So man, save your money, man. Keep your money, and make sure that you saving and creating a plan. I was just talking to my brother like this, man. Start an Excel word spreadsheet. I mean, Excel spreadsheet, and like write down your expenses. Write down how much you want to save. Be detailed in your financial plan because right now, man, inflation is crazy, and if you're not saving your money, you losing it. Save your money, man. Be real detailed in your financial plan because it's gonna lead you to success. Save your money. Save your money, G. You feel me? And yeah, we gonna talk about this a little bit next episode. But set boundaries for your success. I don't want to get too much into that because I'm gonna say that for next episode. But man, set some boundaries. Know what you gonna do. Like I said, it's about planning. It's about knowing yourself. It's about sitting back and saying, man, maybe I don't need to go out this time. Maybe I don't need to be into this. Maybe I don't need to be into that. You know what I'm saying? But set boundaries for yourself, realistic boundaries for yourself so that you can be successful, so that you can design a plan that's going to help you be a better version of yourself. All right. Sometimes we think things, but when you sit down and you actually write them out and you put them into a plan format, it's easier for you to put them into action. So sit down and set some boundaries for yourself. Like maybe, man, I've been going out too much. I'm not gonna go out. I'm gonna limit myself. I'm only gonna go out to the bar about 2 weeks now, man. Cause money getting crazy, stuff in the economy getting crazy. Man, the world is crazy right now. I'm gonna set a boundary for myself because I know if I only the weeks that I go out only two times to the bar, I'm way more successful. I feel way more productive. Set some boundaries for yourself. Make a plan for yourself. You feel me? And prioritize yourself. You're important. Like I say, Self-care, man. That self-care, that just make you feel more of a person. Take some time, man. If you got some extra cheese, man, buy some self-care products. Buy some new lotions, some new facial scrubs, some new, you feel me? Get in your bag because you are your best investment. So you got to treat yourself like $1 million. If you want to make $1 million, you got to treat yourself like you $1 million. And I'm not saying you got to go out and buy Patek Philippe or whatever that shit is. No, but you got to take care of yourself, man. Make sure your skin is not. Make sure you bathe yourself the right way. Make sure you take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. If you want to get the most out of yourself, make sure you taking care of yourself. You got to prioritize yourself. I know as a man, it was one point where I literally made a self-care plan. I go get my hair cut every 11 days. I go get a mani-pedi every 22 days. I go do this. I go do all of this stuff I planned out because I realized in life I didn't prioritize myself. I was so used to spending my money on other people, on prioritizing what they had going on. I didn't take time to prioritize myself. You got to learn to prioritize yourself if you truly want to be great, if you truly want to be happy. Because one day you might wake up and have all the money in the world and you don't even take care of yourself. What's the point of having all of this stuff if you're not taking care of yourself? What is you clocking into a 9 to 5 for if you're not gonna take 10 minutes to go get your, I mean, not 10 minutes, if you're not gonna take an hour to go get your hair cut, if you're not gonna take some time to go treat yourself. We work hard as hell every day. When you get some time, man, treat yourself. You gotta reward yourself, or you gonna burn out quick. That happened to me in college. I did so much early, I burnt out quick. And that didn't mean I resulted in bad grades or anything like that. No, I still balled out, but mentally I was out of the game. I was out of it because I literally did so much so early that it's like I couldn't get motivated again. I tried, and I still Dean's listed though. So hey, bro, your boy was balling. I was still on that Dean's list. But prioritize yourself. Prioritize your self care. And then consistency builds confidence. I want to talk about this because this episode 15. When you confident, all right, so sometimes you just naturally confident. But consistency builds confidence. When you can continually prove to yourself that you can keep doing something and getting better and better and better at it, you're building confidence in yourself. Consistency builds confidence. The more consistent you are, you building that confidence to say, I can do this. And not only can I do it, I can do it good. And that's how it's been with my podcast. I was scared the first time. I'm like, man, I don't even know. I personally be worried about my personal, like my physical appearance. I used to think about that all the time before I started podcast. Man, bro, I'm not really confident in myself. I don't know how I'm gonna sit in front of a camera and record myself for 40 minutes, an hour every week. I don't know. I don't know. But being consistent builds confidence in yourself because it's you keep proving to yourself over and over again that you're a little bit greater than you thought you was before. Consistency builds confidence. The more consistent you are, the more you go build that confidence. Say, you know what? I was questioning myself, but I can do this shit. This is me. I can be successful at this. So let your consistency build your confidence. Even if you're not the most confident to start out, when you do start doing something, you do start being great, tell yourself, man, I'm doing this shit. I'm doing this to the best of my ability. And I'm doing a damn good job. Let that consistency build your confidence. Let that consistency be the thing that shows you that you need to keep going. Let the fact that you get up and you keep doing it be the thing that builds your confidence to let you know, man, if I applied this same mentality to anything else in the world, I would be great at it too. Let that consistency build your confidence. Let it build. And trust breeds exploration. If you trust yourself, you'll love yourself enough to explore. If you trust your partner, you feel me? When you're in a relationship, or even when you're in a friendship, when you trust somebody enough, you ready to explore. You would travel with this person. You would do this. You'll go certain places and do things that maybe you wouldn't do with other people. Man, trust yourself enough to know that you got your best interests at heart enough for you to explore other things that's different than the things you've seen. Trust yourself enough to know, man, I'm taking this leap and I'm going to go hard at it. But the way you build trust is, like I said, through that consistency before. When you be consistent, it makes you trust yourself because you know the things you done. You know how hard you're willing to go. And you take that consistency that builds that confidence, you turn it into trust, and that's going to breed the part in you that you want to help you explore other things in life. So let me slow that down and get you. That consistency and that hard work ethic is gonna help you, and it's gonna build confidence. That confidence is gonna build something in you that allows you to trust yourself. That trust you have in yourself is gonna allow you to explore other things different than things that you have before. Make you seek opportunity that might not be right there. Make you trailblaze for things that might not be sitting in front of you that you might have to go out and get. That's what it's gonna do. So trust breeds exploration. Write that down. Trust breeds exploration. The only way you're gonna explore is if you trust yourself enough. Trust yourself enough to explore. And consistency don't go unnoticed, man. I see you for all of my business owners out there. I see you, all of my content creators, all of my real people out there that's talking that shit. I see you who going hard. I see you. All my people going to school. I see you. All my people clocking into the 9 to 5 and they working hard and they feeding their family. I see you. All the people out here hustling, doing their things. Long as you're not harming nobody, I see you. If you're doing some illegal shit, I don't see you because I'm not into that, and I'm not no fucking snitch ass nigga. Not into that, but I see you, man. Consistency don't go unnoticed. You doing some great things. You uplifting yourself. You uplifting your community. You doing things better than you probably saw them growing up. A lot of people in our generation, y'all doing things better. We taking that next step for the next generation. We gonna be a little bit better than our parents, and our kids gonna be a lot better than us. But your consistency don't go unnoticed. You working hard, you doing things different, you setting a precedent. You feel me? Shout out to my brother. He did some stuff, you feel me? But you feel I'm really the GOAT, but he did some stuff. Shout out to my big brother, man. Seeing him going out and do his thing, man, that just really helped me. He consistently doing him, you feel me? He didn't want all types of scholarships, moved out of the state, did what needed to be done to be great, you feel me? And that consistency don't go unnoticed. Sometimes I bought him a housewarming gift, a new crib gift, because I feel like you should reward the people in your life when you see them doing great stuff, man. Consistency don't go unnoticed. I love all of y'all, man. And even though I uplifted y'all a lot, told y'all to be more of yourself, stop pocket watching, find something that makes you some money and provides you some peace. Have more expectations of yourself. Do you have other people? Stop comparing yourself to people. Don't be looking at the wrong people to be your role models. Be a role model to other people if that's really how you feel. If it's a void in that space, you feel it. Don't feel that imposter syndrome. Overcome that negative self-talk. Save your money. Set boundaries for your success. Prioritize yourself. Consistently build your confidence. Trust yourself enough to explore it. And just know that your consistency don't go unnoticed. Just because I told you all of that, you can be everything in the world. But you can't be big tall. And I'm out. Peace.